Every single year, without fail, I make one New Year's resolution that I want to wake up earlier and be a morning person. Every single year, it just doesn't seem to work out. This year, I decided to figure out how to become the ultimate morning person for lazy people. I love having to-do lists and a plan for my day. Like, I've always been like that, and I feel like if I don't have that in my day, I feel just completely all over the place. But after I wake up, that's literally the last thing I want to do. Like, I don't want to wake up and have this laundry list of things to complete. Like, I want to wake up early because I want to have a nice kind of relaxing morning before I am productive, before I get everything done that I want to in my day. So the thing that's been really helping me on my little morning person journey is focusing on making things as enjoyable as possible. So I love reading. You guys know this about me. I definitely lean on that to make my mornings fun. Like, I know when I wake up that I'm going to get to read my book and nothing else is required of me, and that's something I enjoy, that's relaxing, that's not really on a screen, that I think is fun and something I will actually look forward to. Because if you have something for right when you wake up that you actually like to do, it makes getting up so much better. Good morning. I'm definitely awake right now. If you're like me, and I'm guessing if you are watching this video, you probably are, you just love morning routines, productive content. I love seeing like other people's structured routines, but I usually walk away from it thinking that I need to have that exact same routine, when I think that there's so much we can learn from other people's routines to kind of craft our own. But I think a pitfall that most people kind of encounter when becoming a morning person, making your mornings more enjoyable and fun, is thinking that you have to do things the same way as someone else. For me, I always like those videos where it's like, oh, I woke up at 5 a.m., I went to the gym, I did, my shower routine, and then I came back and ate breakfast. For me, if I tried to work out before eating, I think I would pass out. Like, my body does not work that way. This is definitely very burnt. I have to have some kind of like food in my system, some fuel before I go and work out and do cardio and all that stuff. And everyone's different. So if that's not you, that's totally great. But I know that's not going to work for me. And if I set out tomorrow morning to wake up at 5 a.m. and work out before I ate anything, it would not go well for me. I would be so discouraged and it would just not be a good time. So obviously this looks different for everyone, but figure out what processes you actually need to do to get yourself to that point. Maybe you need to drink a lot of water first. Maybe you do need to work out before you eat because you don't like having food in your stomach before you move around. Like, that's totally valid too. But I think if you let go of that notion that you have to do things in a certain order, it just makes your mornings a lot more enjoyable, and you'll find that you get a lot more of the things you want to done. One of the biggest things I've realized when I've kind of been going through how to become more of a morning person and just make my mornings better is that I need to be making everything easier. And I know this sounds so obvious, but I want you to think about that for a second, because I think we kind of tend to get into this cycle of making things more complicated by adding more steps. Oh, after, I do my skincare, I'm gonna ice roll for 30 seconds, whatever. And I love doing that kind of stuff too. But I think then we just kind of get overwhelmed by all these different things we need to do, and we're completely avoiding the thing that's right in front of us, which is if something's easier, I'm gonna do it. If something's easier, you're gonna do it. Everyone is going to do it because it's just simpler, it's less intimidating, and I think that's like the overlooked thing that's going to make us all into like the ultimate morning people in 2024. One little example of this for me that I've been doing is I have to walk the dog every morning. It is my responsibility. It's not something I can just not do. Something I want to do is work out every morning. So what I've been doing to make it easier for myself, make it less steps and less daunting, is putting on my workout clothes to take out the dog. So I put on my workout clothes, I go and take the dog on a walk, and then by the time I come back from the walk, I already have on my leggings, whatever, and I don't really have another barrier to get me to the gym. I still have not figured out how people make these headbands look good, but I'm determined to figure it out. I'm just gonna do some quick makeup right now. I feel like so many people talk about in morning routines like getting ready for the day and how it like boosts your self-confidence and stuff, and I totally agree with that, and I definitely think that works for me. Obviously it's different for everyone, but I think the thing that's helped me with it is just doing something quick and easy, because I do feel more confident and just happier, I think, when I take the time to kind of like take care of myself in the morning and, you know, look how I want to look and how I want to present myself. But if I go into it and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do like this whole makeup routine, I'm gonna do all this, I'm gonna like do my hair, I'm gonna curl my hair, whatever, I start to get a little overwhelmed. So I just am approaching it as more just like a quick something if I feel like it, and just as something kind of fun to do as part of my morning. It totally makes it less daunting. Like my entire philosophy, I think, this year when it comes to my morning routine and also just a lot of other habits I want to have in my life is how can I make it easier? Because that's how things get done. If they are more approachable, if they are simpler, if they're less daunting, if they're more fun, you want to do them. And that's kind of what I've been trying to do recently. But anyway, let's do some quick makeup with my favorite products. Also, there are construction people working right outside my window right now. I hope they love this makeup tutorial. I definitely saved the best for last, but again, this is something simple that honestly I didn't even think of until pretty recently, which is kind of embarrassing, but I'm willing to bet you haven't thought about this either. And that's to just take a second and actually think about why you want to get up earlier, why you want to have a slower morning, whatever, why you want to be a morning person. I think something that I've been doing for a long time is just thinking that if I wake up earlier, I automatically am more productive. I'm automatically happier. Like, I think that's just something that people say a lot, right? It's like, oh, you know, if you wake up early, you get more done, you're more productive, you're just like that girl energy. That is just not true. Just by waking up earlier, that doesn't make any of those other things happen. Like, when I started thinking about this, I realized that I just wanted to wake up early and be a morning person because I feel like every YouTuber posts about it and everyone has like their TikTok morning routine and stuff, which obviously I love. I love watching those. I think they're so fun and helpful. But I realized that just because I was waking up at 6:30 a.m., it didn't mean I was going to be more successful, more productive, happier, whatever. Like, they did not correspond at all. Could it be a tool to help me get there? Absolutely. But it wasn't some magic switch that was just going to happen. So after kind of sitting and thinking about it, for me, I think my motivation with waking up earlier is to just have more time in my day before I feel like I have to get work done. I invite you to just take a minute to ask yourself, why do you want to be a morning person in 2024? And I think that's going to help you get there. And we're just going to be our best relaxed selves in 2024 with easy and fun morning routines. And I can't wait.